Well, Pikitup is a separate public entity that has been created that is effectively wholly owned by the city. But by making it a public entity, it has effectively allowed them to have a board and an executive structure, a CEO and top executives who duplicate functions within the city, and they're paid millions.
Not mincing his words while standing next to piles of rubbish that have accumulated across Johannesburg, a consequence of the 2-month strike by casual workers employed via service providers contracted by Pikitup, Wits School of Governance Professor Alex van der Heever says it is a result of greed and poor management by the municipal executive.
But what it has allowed is for them to pay boards and millions to the boards. The annual bill is around about 23 million rand a year just on the boards for all these entities, including Pikitup. And Pikitup does not provide a complex service. It's not one that requires a separate public entity, and it is being run badly under this model. So the question is, what's the purpose of establishing these entities? Is it essentially a patronage structure, or is it to provide services?
The 300 workers employed by service providers contracted by the City of Joburg downed tools in July over failed promises that they would be absorbed permanently by Pikitup. This has left rubbish unattended across the city. The women picking up trash, as the professor speaks, are private residents of Alexandra Township who decided to clean their own streets. Every day they are stationed outside Marlborough train station cleaning. They don't get paid for this, even though it's been over 3 years since they started. They say Pikitup is aware.
I do this because I want to see my community clean. We are not getting paid for this. Everyone here knows we are volunteers, even the councillor. Pikitup has been providing us with plastics. We borrow protective gear like gloves from neighbors.
They say they do this to prevent children from getting sick. However, we asked if they would like to receive a salary, as they are all unemployed.
If government deems what we do important, then yes. But if not, then be it. Because I do this for my heart. But yes, a little money to help us put bread on the table wouldn't hurt.
You don't have informal people providing these services. You have people on proper salary structures. You employ people, and you can negotiate their salaries, etc. But I don't know what this is, what this kind of arrangement is. But Pikitup receives enough money to run a proper show.
The professor further argued that National Treasury was right to withhold 13.5 billion rand of municipal equitable shares because Johannesburg cannot be bailed out while funding a broken system. Meanwhile, the protesting casual workers maintain they will not return to work until the promise to employ them permanently is met.
You can take my blood, my urine, and test it and don't employ me. You understand? So you have tested me. You found that I'm fit for work and I'm doing that job right now, currently. Why can't you employ me? What is the matter?
The SABC has seen the promises in question dating as far back as August 2024. From what we gather, they've been promised permanent employment twice, with job interviews taking place. But both times they were left hanging while they alleged the executive at Pikitup proceeded to employ people they have never seen, let alone who were never part of the interview process or the group of casuals.
Those people, they never been at depot. They didn't even know one depot. Some, they didn't even reside in the city of Johannesburg. They were took from wherever they're coming from. Some from as far as Eastern Cape, from Limpopo, and then they came to work here. The other thing which is happening now is the mayor's office or the mayor himself is not partaking on this matter. You see, because I think, okay, when the city says we don't have money and Pikitup say we don't have money, what is the mayor doing?
Now, whether management of Pikitup will resolve this, only time will tell. Meanwhile, the professor argues that the road to improve financial management at municipalities cannot be through patronage structures and payments, as they ultimately lead to what we now see. Nomvuyo Ntanjana, SABC News, Johannesburg.